This past weekend saw the return of the Call of Duty League, which made its comeback after a 3-week hiatus. Teams took advantage of this break to gear up for the upcoming battles on the fresh patch. And let me tell you, this patch shook things up with some pretty interesting tweaks. We're talking new hardpoint hills, fresh maps in the mix, and yup, you guessed it, those good old Call of Duty spawns. The bane of our existence. But you know what stayed consistent through it all? Scrap doing scrap things like a boss yet again. What else? Well, OpTic Texas versus the LA Thieves, which was hilariously unfair, along with epic comebacks and breakdowns. Let's cover everything that went down in the CDL Major 2 qualifiers opening weekend. Chapter 1, Friday, the Major 1 champions in action. The mighty Toronto Ultra squares off against the freshly retooled Vamos Gentlemen, eager for a rebound after enduring consecutive losses in Major 1. Eric Boom steps into Journey's shoes on the starting roster, yet facing off against the league's top-ranked team wouldn't quite paint an accurate picture of their revamped lineup. After Insight's stellar showing in the grand finals of Major 1, he continues to be an absolute force. Just take a look at this filthy 3-piece he pulls off.
You're like, I'm good, dude. I got the angle, I'm set up, and they just slide right under it, and you kind of lose him.
Yeah, you kind of lose it, but Insight
Not
with
losing.
the Renetti, top middle, able to find 2 on this rotation. Back over to P1.
Woo!
It's a very close game as he finds the triple.
Miami had their moments too. The hardpoint was deadlocked at 150 each, but Ultra turned up the heat in the final 2 hills, clinching game 1 with a convincing 250 to 184 victory.
Spawning out is Heretics, not able to get there in time. Ultra strike first on Rio. The hardpoint stretch continues to be dominant.
Loading into our first ever Rio search and destroy of the season, the Miami Heretics showcased their creativity, pulling off 2 impressive defensive retakes against Ultra.
You see top B fights time and time again. All 3 rounds, Ultra has won. Looking for number 4, has been around the B bomb site. Here potentially comes a retake. Yeah, they're gonna go for it. Maybe catch the timing. The bomb does get planted, but they're able to find 2, make it 3 behind Vickles double.
Yeah, a little drop shot there. Can't get on point if you are Insight and you fall. Now Kleenex, MVP from Major 1, gets caught YY and gets dropped. Vickle puts on a show. 3 in the round.
However, Scrap made sure to squash any hopes of a Miami comeback as he unleashed a devastating ace, putting his team just 1 round away from securing the SND win.
Vickle trying to find it, but doesn't check for Scrap inside a bending corner. He's able to take down 2 and finesse his life away. Give his teammates a 2-man advantage, and he's gonna find the 3rd in the round looking for the ace.
Okay, this guy is just trying to get sassy with it now. 10-6, had an incredible map 1. The rival looking so good in Scrap's hands. We know how excited he's been to be able to play a bit more of a flex role. And you are seeing it here. Give him all 4. He is dialed.
Ultra sealed the deal in Game 2 with a 6-4 scoreline and had their sights set on sweeping the Heretics in Game 3 control. Miami looked defeated, trailing 0-2 in the control and pinned in their spawn for what felt like an eternity. Scrap decided to work his magic once again.
Scrap showing a little bit of extra love.
His taunting sparked a resurgence from the Heretics, and they clawed their way back to force a round 5 showdown.
He's able to snap and gets out of the point, finessing. That's going to be 3 dead. The last player alive for Kleenex, he's in the back, trying to get the challenge. The challenge comes through from the dumpster alley, and there we go. 3 dead. What looked like the most dominant round of Karachi control so far this year gets flipped on its head.
Unbelievable. They were getting fried.
In the end, Toronto Ultra emerged victorious, wrapping up the series with a flawless 3-0 sweep.
We're going to stop right here.
Yeah, it was an uninteresting series until this map 3. Heretics decide to battle, but the progress is in. Ultra on the point. Your Major 1 champs get it done. They lock it back in for that round 5.
Scrap also made sure to welcome the Miami Heretics rookie to the Call of Duty League by posting this. It's time for a rematch on the opening day of the qualifiers as Carolina and New York face off once again. Online tells a different tale than what we've seen on LAN. New York came out strong in Game 1, snagging a 100-point lead, but the Ravens staged one of the most epic hardpoint comebacks of the season so far to take a 1-0 lead in the series.
2, not the 3rd win for the win, maybe! He gets a 2-piece himself, holding on by bleeding fingertips, and now New York are on the back foot. They have to run through the middle of the map.
Igwe guy's in a sweet spot, man. That man is in the point collecting the time, and he is gonna fry. It is a tight setup in New York Subminers. You get 1 break attempt.
Everybody lock in, laser focus, it's time to go. 5 seconds before everybody else, and it will be the Ravens win for the Ravens. Revenge will not be felt on map 1.
Veteran Clayster notched another Ninja Defuse to his belt, while rookie Gwyn put on yet another stellar show during Game 2 Search and Destroy.
While away, TJ has been seen but hasn't got anything for him, and they've been on this bomb a while, and that is the defuse. Hydra was not there when he was needed. Gwyn's gunny. This is what this will be if they break this door.
Wait for it. Here we go.
Oh, it's gunny for Gwyn.
And I don't know how much we touched on it after the map 1, but Gwyn was popping off basically the entire time. Again, he's doing it from inside the hill. So we had Kismet making those sort of OBJ plays on one side, Gwyn doing the exact same thing on the other.
With the wind at their backs, the Carolina Ravens dominated with a 6-1 Search and Destroy win, edging closer to another victory against the reigning champs.
Who found him, and now both directions they have to go. TJ cleans up, and it is decimation.
New York rallied in control, despite the Ravens pushing it all the way to a round 5 and coming just one defensive round away from sweeping the subliners.
Ravens still have to hold. They still cannot falter for the next 40 seconds.
Everybody from New York, though, just getting in position. Power position for top propane. Get that information. Kismet, maybe just with the gunny.
Thanks to Kismet and Sky's exceptional performances in Game 4, New York turned the tables, adding the Ravens to the 100-point club and forcing a Game 5.
Just need that final stamp. TJ, the final player to fall, and subliners are going to get it done in emphatic fashion.
And that was one-sided. The Ravens were flying high but have been brought low.
Unfortunately for the Ravens, New York came out swinging in Game 5, wrapping up the SND with a commanding 6-1 scoreline and handing Carolina their first loss of the CDL Major 2 qualifiers.
Gunning, there's the win.
Ending their first series with a gut-wrenching reverse sweep courtesy of New York, Carolina hits the battlefield for the second time this weekend, this time facing off against the revamped Boston Breach lineup, which bid farewell to Capsidal and welcomed Asim into their starting roster. Asim has been a dominant force in the Challengers scene with FaZe Black. He finally earns a shot to shine in the league once more, and let me tell you, he's back with a vengeance. He was on fire throughout this series, no doubt about it. Just take a look at his game-winning play during the opening hardpoint, where he managed to get the double and secure the spawns for Breach.
Able to find one, and now he's got help, so a 1-on-2 near P5. Everybody else is fighting across the map, so for hill control, for spawn control, it comes down to this 1-on-1, and well, who's gonna win it? It's gonna be the newcomer in Asim. He's able to find...
Boston sealed the deal with a 250-222 victory.
When spawns up, he gives the comms like, I spawned out. So they're kind of worried a pinch was happening. But now it's just this gunfight on the hill, and Asim's able to win it. The last player in position, TJ, not gonna get there in Boston.
Carolina clawed their way back into contention, with the Icemen coming in clutch in a 1-versus-1 against P-Dog to even the score at 1 apiece.
Last up, 30 seconds to go. Just wants to smoke out and reposition now. As another insane round. Priest able to get bomb back. Moves across the bomb, but TJ gets eyes. Does he get caught though trying to push? He doesn't! Straight headies. Ravens win the map.
It was on high-rise control where we witnessed a glimpse of the Asim we've all come to admire, unleashing not 1, not 2, but 3 cruise missiles on the Ravens and wrapping up the game with an impressive 35 kills and a 1.5 KD ratio. Let's relive some of his standout moments from the match.
Okay, he's just getting kills handed to him now. Now to seize one more.
Yeah, the bullets, they hit the barrel, so he's gonna find that kill on a win. So yeah, 5 in a row here. That's
comedy.
TJ. There it is. There's the cruise for Asim. Popping off after
round 5.
Might be enough though. Tick-wise, maybe to have defense in round 3 if they can find one more. I thought they got it at A, but they might get it over here towards B. Asim.
He's on another 5.
This is what we wanted to see. I mean, right? I mean, with how well he has been playing in Challengers, winning them key situation.
Boston maintained their momentum in map 4, sealing the deal with a 3-1 series victory. They certainly looked like the stronger team overall. Can't wait to see how they stack up against the top 4 contender. Now that's the real challenge.
Not gonna matter. Boston Breach, get in.
On another note, the Ravens wasn't the only squad to take the spotlight twice during the opening weekend of the Major 2 qualifiers. Miami Heretics, after a brutal loss against Toronto Ultra, was set to face FaZe for what promised to be another brutal battle for the Spanish squad. Things kicked off on a high note for the Heretics, with Eric Boom dominating sub-base hardpoint and propelling Miami to a stunning upset victory against FaZe. Seriously, FaZe seemed to be struggling big time on this map. Following their Game 1 triumph, the Heretics delivered an outstanding showing in Search and Destroy, trading blows with FaZe until they reached a nail-biting round 11, just one round away from taking a commanding 2-0 lead against FaZe. But then, out of nowhere, the King of First Blood strikes, securing a crucial double kill through the smoke and leveling the series at 1-1.
Down, Simp was the guy that was playing by B last time. He's backing down just a little bit as well, using the fancy spots. 35 seconds burned off the clock. Not a single kill has come through. Neither team making a mistake just yet, but that might be the mistake. They line up for a BZ. He makes it too easy, and a breakdown in a round 11, ending at a lightning pace.
After that round 11 breakdown, FaZe did this in the control.
Point. Here they go. Last run, last chance. Draza will find one as well. Eric Boom fires at Draza. Abizi finds Medals, but it's going to be a dive for the point. 0.1 second. Eric Boom unloads, but it's nothing but air. And they're just in this tick for another chance. They have the lives and a minute left on the board.
0.1 is all you need, Bryce, and now you just reset and go again.
I had to watch this twice because, wow, what a clutch play by the FaZe squad. With a mere 0.1 second on the clock, FaZe went huge to capture the A point, and then the Tiny Terrors had to dig deep once more to seal the deal. And seal it they did.
Trade, a 3 versus 2. It all comes down to this. First one, Abizi. The second he looks for as well as he fires, it's going to be a turn and burn sit for the 1v1.
Oh.
And they clutch from Atlanta FaZe. What on earth, Miami Heretics? You had it all in the palm of your hand, but it has flown into the wind like the dust of ages. What was that?
Oh, that is ungodly. 0.1 seconds for the...
What a victory. What a series. FaZe ultimately closed it out 3-1, with Abizi and Simp delivering a masterclass performance, especially on Rio Hardpoint.
And with 10 seconds to go, Atlanta FaZe just have to hold this push.
I mean, this is just straight up bullying at this point. They haven't been able to get out of their spawn without getting lit up in a feed. That'll do it.
Wrapping up day 2, we had the reigning champs locking horns with the notorious villains of the CDL, the Seattle Surge. Seattle made a bold move by swapping out Illy and bringing in Breezy to their starting lineup. Their first series against New York was a disaster. The Bulldog went off to close out game 1 with this nasty triple.
You can't overstep, so you have the 4-on-3. You have 4 more seconds. They have to get on the objective. Kismet, they're locking it down. 1 more second. The Bulldog closes out map 1.
Honestly, not much of a shocker after dropping their star player, but what occurred during Game 3 control is beyond comprehension. Seattle, expecting New York to make a typical push towards the B point like most teams, leave the A site wide open, and within the next 25 seconds, the A point was captured. And here's the kicker, New York did it with just 3 kills.
Cell just go away, they might be done with it right from the break. What was that? It is done.
That reminded me of, like, I've seen you're in ranked play and how control plays, like people literally like
Surge seemed frozen in place, and just like that, they were swept off their feet.
As they are getting cut off, Sib with 3.
Done.
Seattle Surge done, toasted, butter them up and put them in the oven.
Chapter 3 Sunday, the Attach Masterclass and OpTic Texas annihilating the Thieves. Here we go again with Vegas Legion, who've not just been reverse swept once, not twice, but a mind-boggling 3 times this season, now facing off against the LA Gorillas. LAG had a solid top 6 finish at Major 1, and Fame was undoubtedly the star of the show, especially with his jaw-dropping round 11 3-piece against the LA Thieves.
Caught though, Fame trying to dance in. There's the trade for the...
Oh my God!
Disgusting! Fame out here making can play.
Now, let's get back to this series. We witnessed a revamped Legion lineup with Geo stepping into Standy's shoes on the starting roster, and Attach delivering a vintage performance that turned back the clock. It all kicked off with a commanding hardpoint display by the Legion in the series opener, securing an impressive 220-95 lead. The Guerrillas put up a fight, especially with Fame making some big plays, but Vegas held their ground and ultimately sealed the deal in Game 1.
Last one left will eventually neutralize, but Vegas with those eliminations will win rotation. Just need 3 seconds of time. The only one who can contest would be Fame, and he's able to clear out the hard point, get in for a contest, but it's short-lived, and Vegas...
Switching gears to Search and Destroy, it was a complete turnaround. LA Guerrillas dominated the Legion with a solid 6-2 victory.
Left alive is Attach, finds the first 1v1 with Assault, but no, he's hit up too hard. And
with the series all squared up at 1-1, we were treated to a display of vintage Attach in action. Let's take a look at some of his standout plays during Game 3 control.
Done, the second segment about to be complete, but at least Attach finds that one kill to earn himself that crucible. So he's not done yet. We're jumping right back on in. That's already 3 dead. And now they're starting to get aggressive on the map. LAG, this is a crucial moment. You have to win these next fights so you don't get trapped.
dude, Attach everywhere on the map. Oh my goodness. Huge double from Attach.
Just right now, this team fires, the crossfires from Vegas Legion are just too strong. That's 3, making all 4 dead in the feed. Attach sitting at 30 and 15. Double positive, 2.0 KD, 1 off of earning that cruise missile, has read this player beautifully, takes down...
Dylan took over and carried Vegas to a 2-1 series lead against LAG, with Game 4 hardpoint on Rio ending with a blast.
Does he get a read that there's a second one still on the way? May not make much of a difference because Attach from the front is finding the kills that he needs, and oh my goodness, the role swap seems to be working out like magic for Vegas as they will find both hardpoint wins, this one with 3 subs in hand, and Attach lets everyone know what he has to think about that.
Attach found himself on the hot seat when Puckett posed the ultimate question: which dynasty reigns supreme, OpTic or Complexity? Here's what he had to say.
Call of Duty team of all time, or is it Complexity from 2013 and 2014?
That's a hot spot.
Oh, okay, you're putting me on the spot. I think I would say that's like kind of 2 answers in a way, but I think you would have to probably give it to the OpTic dynasty, just because I think the competition was a little bit more elevated. But when it comes to like dominance throughout a season, it's Cole. But for years and years and years, OpTic was doing that.
That's my president right there. Vote.
Now, let me tell you, this right here was the ultimate showdown of the weekend for me. We had Scrappy going absolutely nuts, Linz proving why he's the Rookie of the Year contender with some insane plays, Envoy going on a rampage, and let's not forget Lamar Accuracy Abedi pulling off a vintage performance. Buckle up, because this is going to be wild. So Game 1 hardpoint on Skid Row kicked off with both teams deadlocked at 128 points apiece. But then Toronto came out swinging during the second set of rotations, pulling off an insane full 60 on P1 and breaking through the supposedly unbreakable P2 hill like it was nothing. They sealed the deal in Game 1, taking a 1-0 lead in the series and keeping their streak alive with 14 hardpoint wins in a row. Now that's what I call impressive stuff.
It's old time and they cannot rotate over towards new. That is now 14 hardpoint wins in a row for Toronto.
Alright, shifting gears to Karachi SND. We're locked in a tight battle at 3 rounds each. And guess who steps up to shift the momentum in their team's favor? Yup, it's none other than the SND prodigy Envoy. He pulls off a sick triple kill on the B site, propelling his squad into the lead. You gotta see it to believe it.
Is the bomb gonna actually go down? He does get it down, doesn't get out with his life, but a small opportunity here for Rocker.
Awakening gonna have to back down for it as well. Clearance will find the player on the flank, and that nade will get Awakening. Last player left and Envoy. That is a retake wipe.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, you can like...
Minnesota wasn't about to roll over and make things simple. Oh no, especially not with Linz pulling off moves like this.
Open. Found Awakening up top though.
Hello.
The wins! All the way to the back, that's 2 already. Flying out, the third will fall down from Awakening, and Kleenex is left alone, and Lynch will get his third.
I mean, come on, talk about a rookie making waves. It's like he's got some sort of French magic flowing through his veins. This is what we call Hydra 2.0 in full swing. The cherry on top of it all was that he pulled off those heroics to push Game 2 to a round 11, but Minnesota's execution was just downright sloppy. Vivid throws a smoke on the B site, trying to set Lamar up to defend the bomb site. But you know, teamwork seemed a tad out of sync for Minnesota. It would have been clutch if Vivid pushed up a bit more and played an off angle, just in case someone decided to push through. And wouldn't you know it, they did. And well, you know the rest of the story.
Running for his life and can't get it done. Envoy, first blood.
Such a huge first blood to open up. Clinics are all going to be in a great position as well. All they want now, Ultra, is this bomb down. They are desperate for it.
Fly.
Envoy might be caught here. The timing, I think, has just gone wrong for him, and he is going to go down. 2 versus 2. 19 seconds left on the clock. Kleenex going to have to check this bomb for a second. Finds him, guns him. Vivid's going to go down at 1 versus 1. He will not check this bomb till 7.5. Awakening has to commit. That's all he can do as Kleenex will fly out the window, sees him, guns him, and it's done. The streak continues. 9 for Toronto Ultra.
That loss really ripped the heart out of Minnesota. I mean, if they just pulled off that round 11 clutch, who knows how the series could have played out. But hey, regardless of all that, Lamar and the crew cranked it up a notch when it came to Karachi control. They held their ground like champs with some solid defensive plays, and accuracy? Oh, he went on an absolute tear with a 7 spree, locking down the crews. Minnesota was hungry to get on the board. And guess what? They did just that with a clutch offensive round win, and Lamar dropping a whopping 30 bomb with a killer 1.5 KD ratio. Now that's what I call turning the tide.
To the point already. Great nades out of lanes, but too many directions to look in Ultra in this tight setup. So far holding it down. Great deal of damage on the outset, but Scrap wins a big one. Ultra clinging on for dear life.
Looking for it actually though, in here with the Rival 9. Still stopping the clock, still keeping the pressure up, still making Ultra dance to their beat of the drum. There are players everywhere. Accuracy says thank you very much, old Watchful. They've got bodies all over it, looking for these next kills. That might be it for Rocker. They've got 3. They've cleaned house. It is done.
Alright, what's on deck next? Rio hardpoint, my friend. And let me tell you, Minnesota is straight up dominating on that map. You've got the French Phenom 2.0 tearing it up alongside the engagement warlord himself, Vivid, who's pulling off some insane moves and even nabs a cruise during his first life. Then, just to add some spice, you've got Accuracy swooping in with a clean 3-piece. Boom. Just like that, Minnesota ends Ultra's ridiculous 14 hardpoint winning streak and not up the series. Talk about a nail biter.
The bodies are going and the streak is eliminated. It will be Rocker taking this to a map 5. They took down the Titans of hardpoint, and now they have to get one.
Alright, buckle up folks, because we're diving straight into our first Game 5 showdown of the CDL Major 2 qualifiers. Things are about to get spicy. Well, at least that's what we hoped for. But Minnesota kicked off the Silver Scrapes with this absurd round 1 blunder. Check this out. It's a 3 versus 3 with just 8 seconds left on the clock, and Big Wake suddenly turns into Tiny Wake.
Down as well! How has this happened? The bomb is being planted and they are running for their lives! It has gone down as well! Ultra somehow staying in this game when all hope was lost! Oh, the flag for Scrap, and they find America on this map in the first round!
That is a scam and a half Minnesota Rocker, not the ice you are looking for. That is unfortunate. Awakening, he just drops the ball. He panics a little bit, shoots just a little bit too soon without standing up, and I mean, you talk about...
And then to add insult to injury, Envoy steps up for this insane 1 versus 2 clutch in round 4.
But Lins wins the gunfight. Envoy at 1 versus 2, time against him, position against him. Surely there isn't a win here.
You just want the kills. I think if you get the kills, you'll take the win in that regard. That's number 5 in a row. Maybe he can win the round because it's Envoy. Of course he can. World champ for the 1v2. Squeezing water out of a rock. The Battle of the North. Ultra reigns supreme.
We are witnessing a breakdown of epic proportions. What is going on? Shouldn't have won. Scrap knows it as well.
I mean, this is genuinely like...
Toronto swoops in and closes out the series with a flawless 6-0 sweep in map 5.
The stars, this has already been called, and down he falls in the end, and Ultra flawless in map 5. A bodying, a breakdown, a bullying, and a massive...
Ouch. Talk about a tough break for Minnesota.
I mean, what can I say? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not attractive. Come on now.
It's skincare, bro. It's looking great on you.
And now for the grand finale of week 1, we've got OpTic Texas squaring off against the LA Thieves. Yep. You guessed it. OpTic's wrapping up the action once again. But hey, no need to play the blame game here. Let's jump right into game 1 of the series, set on our newest favorite map, Rio. So let me set the scene for you. It all kicked off with OpTic's freshest recruit, Pred. Man, this guy came out swinging in the first few minutes of the game. He and Shotzi were like a well-oiled machine on this map. No surprises there, especially since a bunch of other pros were saying the same thing. You know, it's that map that's all about favoring teams with those cracked SMG skills.
Player like Pred to really just dominate, take over as one of the best SMGs in potentially the league. 4 in a row for him. And 5, and okay, just Cramp has looked nasty with the rival 9, but he gets taken down, and Ghosty finds both of his 4.
They straight up annihilated the newly revamped LA Thieves lineup, wrapping up game 1 with a whopping 250 to 122 scoreline. Now that's what I call dominance.
Down the last second gets tallied. It's a convincing win for OpTic, and I'm sure Greenwall fans.
In the search and destroy, we saw OpTic working the retakes perfectly. Here's one of them.
We get a 3v3 post plan.
But now this is a little bit different, because now if you are the Thieves, you have cafe control. You have back alley as well. You're forcing all of OpTic Texas to retake from the opposing side. And that's already 15 seconds knocked off of the game clock. Shotzi also does not have a smoke grenade to make it a decoy on towards the site. With only 20 seconds left, we got to get a move on it.
Yeah, haven't found anyone yet, but Nasty gets collected quickly. Thieves, is this post plant dynamic enough? You've got Afro playing topside soda as Kremp drops. Now they know exactly where Afro is, so Dash is going to hop this. Not again. Not another post plant situation that should have been the perfect setup going wrong. Oh, you hate to see it.
They comfortably closed out the SND with a 6-3 victory and looked to sweep the Thieves on invasion control.
Topside at red. And he's gonna get a freebie. What? Oh, wait, what? Okay. He's looking for the beatdown, and Nasty. They have heard the elbow whip by his ears. Kremp also taken down, and it's just the individual skill in those.
Back at it again, Pred came out blazing, and Kenny, oh man, he made sure to give some props to his old LA Thieves crew. Talk about a crazy move. He goes on this insane 9 spree to lock in the defensive round win for OpTic.
Just shred you at the main street. Kenny teeing off now on 6 in a row. He's got himself a cruise missile, and oh boy, he's not done. The rest of OpTic also pushing forward, and it's just a masterclass. Thieves getting a little bit of cold feet here at B. They can't make them.
I'm telling you, the Greenwall must be feeling on top of the world after that show. The squad was firing on all cylinders as they wrapped up game 3 with a big win, sealing the deal on the clean sweep. It's victory dance time for OpTic.
It's a one-on-one, and it's just too far with only 12 seconds left. Crossfires are now here for OpTic Texas. They might have just been able to call game.
Unreal stuff. 6 seconds left. This is going to take too long, and Pred reads it the entire way. Oh my goodness.
Ali got the opportunity to ask Pred which map was his favorite during this major. And man, let me tell you, his response had us all cracking up.
Into right now during the split.
Man, I think it's probably Invasion. I think I like running the AR. So for me, Invasion Hardpoint's probably my favorite. I think the spawns on that map are really good. Make a lot of sense. And yeah, I just enjoy playing that map.
You are capping. I want to ask.
And just like that, we're closing the curtains on the first week of the CDL Major 2 qualifiers. So spill the beans. Which team totally caught you off guard this week? For me, hands down, it's gotta be Minnesota. They shattered the 14 hardpoint record held by the CDL Major 1 champions and gave us one heck of a series, pushing it all the way to a map 5 showdown. And hey, don't blink, cause week 2 is already knocking on the door, and here's how the standings are shaping up after the first week. Now with all that said and done, this is the COD Cloud signing off. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.